10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, welcome to Stadium Connect North, the show where we talk about the community and talk about. Wait a minute, John.
What?
What's that right there?
Yeah.
What is that?
Who's this here? What?
Did you forget a spot or something? I
I don't
can't
know.
clean it
Maybe
off.
someone hacked our stream.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, it's
Hey,
Asmi.
Ashley, yay!
Oh,
Yay!
You
We
no.
got
made it.
a new co-host with us today, and potentially every week, depending on his schedule. But we
Mhm.
do have Asmi here with us. Hi, Asmi.
Hello.
How you doing? Good, good. So you went from being interviewed to now co-hosting on special occasions. That's pretty nice, isn't it?
Yes. That's all I got.
That's all
Okay.
you got. That's all you got.
All right.
Okay.
So as we start, we always start by kind of introducing ourselves. I mean, it's not really you guys know us by now, but I guess we can
Mhm.
talk about what games we've been playing, what we've been doing throughout the week. So we'll start with John here. What have you been
Yeah.
playing?
Boy, so this week it's been busy. Was played Outriders. It's got the. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but it's got a new patch that's been put out, and played some multiplayer with As We Hear and Elemental Leech, and we had a blast. It was tough as nails, but we were starting to get better and better and better. We came into some technical difficulties almost like right on the 1 hour mark of the stream. We planned on playing more, but it is what it is. But we'll definitely think about continuing the game streaming on it. It's so fun, and I love Stream Connect as well. Rayman Legends, of course, played that. Awesome game. Originally played that on Wii U when it came out. It's an 8-year-old game, but it still looks awesome and plays fantastic today. So I highly recommend picking that up if you love platforming games, and it's on sale now too. So that's awesome. And of course, some Young Souls, one of my favorite games of this year on any platform. Played some more of that this week, and just enjoying everything. There's a ton of games to play, and looking forward to talking about the news today and things like that.
Yeah, I've seen that you've been pretty busy this week. You've played a lot of game, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
So looking forward to what you'll be playing next week. There's
Yeah,
going to be a lot of stuff to play, right?
we never know, right?
Yeah. What about you, Asmi? What have you been playing this week? And if you don't mind talking a little bit about yourself, we've heard about you during the interview, but for people who missed out, you want to talk a little bit about yourself at the same time.
Sure. Yeah. Just a bit about myself. Just a massive gamer from really young. If you watch the interview, you know I can play with the controller upside down for the NES and the
I love
Super
that.
Nintendo. That seemed to be what everybody got from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no. And then with regards to what I'm playing, oh yeah, so I've been a founder since day one, as many people say, but I've been with it from the beginning. Just a massive fan. But I play a little bit of everything. As of what I've been playing this week, again, Outriders, which was super fun with Elemental Leech and John, even though we died so much at the beginning. And like it crapped out on us just as we were hitting our stride. Like we weren't
Yeah.
dying anymore. We were there. And then I went and finished the mission just to see if it was like a glitch that would keep happening. And I finished the mission without any death. So like as soon as more people are involved, that's when it gets crazy. I
Yeah.
also did go to Rayman Legends, which I played, I think, on PlayStation first because it was a PS Plus game. It runs beautifully, and I want to go back to Rayman Legends because platforming's usually my default gaming type. And then just moving outside of Stadia, I started Shin Megami Tensei 5 on Switch, and I got lost in it this morning for about 3 hours, and then realized, oh, I gotta eat.
Oh man, it's true. This is the kind of game that friggin' like gets you, like like you get addicted to it because it's such a long game and such a addicting game, collecting all of these demons and stuff. So
Yeah,
totally get you.
Well, the only other game I've gotten addicted that's on Stadia are the Ease games. Those are just as addictive.
Yeah, good
Yes,
ones.
ease, yes.
Good ones. So for me, as of me this week, I've been playing at the beginning of the week. I've been playing some Sekiro. You know, as you might see on my nickname, I'm a big fan of ninjas, so I've been playing Sekiro, and these fighting, man, like it really got me hooked. I really like the way thing goes, and it has like this a little bit of a Dark Souls element on it, and you know the way you explore and stuff. And yeah, I really like it. You need a lot of reflexes too, and you know Stadia with that latency is always it's always good.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Other than that, I've been playing Hitman with my buddy Eli Levy. He came on my stream as a guest, and we've been playing some custom contracts, and you have to kill everyone on the map in these contracts, and they're very entertaining. You know, you just have to go ahead on the map and just kill everything. It was very fun.
Yeah,
And then
I actually I caught the stream. I didn't get it on live, but replayed it. And you're going through getting everybody, and almost is like just like what we had with Outriders, like almost on the 1 hour mark. You get right to the last guy where you need to kill him, and it's like perfect timing. It's awesome how that works out.
Oh yeah,
It's really fun to watch. Really
It's
fun to
always
watch
good.
too.
Nice. And then today I've been playing actually some 9 to 5 on PC. Because out of hype, right? I want to know how it looked like and stuff before it comes out on Stadia. But unfortunately, the player base right now is very low, and I wasn't able to find a match. So hopefully that changes when Stadia, when it comes on Stadia. Maybe we'll get a little surge of new players, and I'll be able to try it out.
Yep.
So that's about it for our introduction. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let John speak about the giveaway. So
yeah, so we've got 2 giveaways for this show. We're going to start it out with, and it's already open, thanks to our good friend Mark Woodall. He actually approached me with this last week, and because for our Stadiaversary episode, everything was just like all over the place, and we had so many people talking. Like, we had a good time, right? Like, we just lost track of time, and I totally forgot about giving this away, and I think I even mentioned it on the stream, and we never did. So what we're doing is we're giving that away today, Stadia Premier Edition, but it's UK only. Mark's over in the UK, so it's a UK bundle, and he will ship directly to the winner with a UK address. So if you'd like to win that, put your name in the raffle, ! raffle, hit enter, and we'll give that away here after our community interview. And then once we give that away, we have Marvel's Avengers to give away. That's open to anybody. So yes, definitely. That's an awesome game. And we'll be giving that away here again after we give away the Stadia Premier Edition, which will be after the community interview. So lots to look forward to today, as always.
Yep. So so guys, if you want to get into raffles right now, it's UK only. If you've been in there by mistake, just let us know, and we'll just do the draw again to the UK people. I just saw a few people saying that they entered by mistake. So something that I noticed as his nickname, as you can see, it says "as we think is," and then /as we. So it's kind of funny. I just noticed that, and it made me laugh a little bit. But anyway, so we're gonna jump onto the news. We got a lot of stuff to show. Last week we couldn't put any news, so we kind of like trimmed out with just like the important news of 2 weeks ago, and then we just piled it up with this week's news. So we're gonna start with that. There you go. Yep. So the first thing that we want to talk about is the most exciting thing, and it's the Stadia blog this week on Stadia, and it's to me it's very big news. We're seeing the free games that we're getting in December, which is a very good selection, and along with other things like new games. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into that. So the first thing is that we've got this Jackbox Party 8 game, which came last week, I think. And it's pretty exciting because Jackbox Party, I feel like Stadia is the best platform to play this game, because all you need to do is go at a party. You don't even need to bring a device. You don't even need to bring like your PlayStation or anything. You just go there, you ask someone to borrow their phone, their tablet, their computer, and you host the game right there. So when I saw this, I thought, man, this is really cool because you don't need to bring anything now. You just need to do the party. You can stream with Stream Connect and all of this. So as we, what do you think about this news? This new game that came out?
Oh, I'm so excited because Jackbox was a major part of hanging out with people during the pandemic. So we'd set up streams and such to hang with friends when we couldn't. My parents love this. Everyone loves this. And recently, I got my mom into Stadia, and I got my dad into Stadia. So I think all I got to do is probably link them this, and they'll probably buy it in a second.
Nice, that's great. So John, we've got some new Stadia Pro game announced this week.
Yes.
So we've got 6 games, if I recall. No, sorry. So we got 5 games, I think. One got rejected, right?
yeah. So that was quite interesting in the original blog post. There were 6, but then someone noticed shortly after that Little Nightmares was removed. So I don't know whether that was supposed to have been there or not. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in December.
Yeah.
And of course, there was people talking about, well, Little Nightmares has been in Stadia Pro before, but we have to remember that not everybody has been with Stadia since the beginning, and there's a lot of new people coming into the platform for the very first time, especially because of this, the promotion that's going on with, what, $22.22 Premier Edition, or in the US, it's buy a game valued of $30 or more, and you get a free Premier Edition. So there's a lot of new people coming to the platform. So, and of course, with the new revenue model with Stadia Pro, we will probably see some games that might have been in Stadia Pro before return. So, and we're getting more than the 1 or 2 that they originally promised. Before Stadia launched, when Stadia launches, there'll be a game, 1 or 2 games a month. Well, we're getting more than that already. So, I'm okay if there's already some games that I've claimed. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, as long as the list is solid, right? So if you would
Yes.
only get 3 games and one of the game would be a returning one, it'd be like, maybe they should work on that. But yeah, I'm the same. It didn't matter to me because we've got really good pro titles and 2 new games included. So the first new game that we're getting is Transformers Battlegrounds, which I don't think was announced yet. Very exciting. It's a strategy game, which is like XCOM style, but it's made by Outright Games, which is developers who makes games directed to kids. But I'm gonna say Transformers, because it's a strategy games. I'm definitely gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be the first game that I try as soon as we get these games. I'm really interested for this one. Then we got Wreckfest, which is a demolition derby kind of game. And I haven't had a chance to play it, but it looks pretty cool. It looks like you race and you have to bash cars at the same time, and seems like a very fun, silly crashing game. So looking forward to that. Then, as games that we already have on Stadia, we're getting them for free on Pro. And they're called Destroy All Humans, which is a remake of a game that was released on Xbox, PlayStation 2, and not sure for GameCube, actually. I don't think it was on GameCube, but it's a remake of a game, and it's a very cool one. We got the Falconeer Warrior Edition, which was released by only 1 developer, which is pretty impressive. And we're going to talk about it a little more during the community news. We're just going to leave it at that for now. And then we got Foreclose, a game that released fairly recently. It's a nice cyberpunk kind of game, action oriented. So, what game are you looking for the most out of these games?
So I'm personally looking forward more to Foreclosed. It's a Stadia Makers title, which already piques my interest. I think what Stadia Makers has done with picking indie developers, some of the ones they've cherry picked are really interesting. And I remember watching John's stream thinking, oh, this is pretty cool, but didn't bring myself to pick it up. So now I'm going to get it on Pro. But I want to circle back just to Battlegrounds. I think, like you were saying, it's a good strategy game for people who aren't, familiar with strategy games.
Yes.
They can be intimidating, and
You're right.
there's a lot to learn. There's usually a high learning curve. So this can be a great way for kids or older
New
people
strategy
to,
players, right?
yeah, new strategy
Yeah.
players to check it
Yeah.
out. So definitely that's exciting, and I'll probably be checking it out. Because I think this one is an interesting one. And then just one more thing to add. We were talking about how like the pro titles are so good. One of the things, for newer people joining, Stadia Pro is these titles stay on for multiple months. So you have, PS Plus is just 1 month. Epic Games are for a week. So you get these multiple months. So you get a chance to play these for a lot longer.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Xbox, xCloud does that too. They keep their games. But what's fun is that there's a lot of variety. So, like, usually Stadia games are not really the same as Xbox games. So you get to decide what type of game you're into, and if you want to go with Stadia, you go with Stadia, and if you go with Xbox, you go with Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So other than that, so we've got another new game that came out this weekend. Actually, I think surprisingly we got it one day before, and that John, someone noticed that on your Twitter,
Yes.
right?
Sunday evening, I tweeted about who's ready for Farming Simulator 22 tomorrow. And Dr. Sense said, wait a second, it's in the store. It's available now. So yeah, so we actually got it. I tweeted that around maybe 6 o'clock Eastern Sunday night. And so it was available, like the day before the official launch. And I've I've since coming to Stadia, like I'm playing games on Stadia, I've opened my mind to some genres of games that I might not necessarily play, and this is one of them. Farming Simulator 22, I do have it. I haven't had a chance yet to play it because I want to stream it, but I don't want it to be a disaster and not know what I'm doing. So I want to play it a little bit beforehand because I hear that it can be a little rough to start off with. So I'm gonna go through some tutorials and things like that and practice a little bit, and then probably do some streams next week of Farming Simulator 22. And it's cross play with Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. So that's awesome as well.
Nice. Yeah, I've tried Farming Simulator 19 for about an hour, and it wasn't enough. I still need to understand a lot in the game. So Mark Sully says that to not forget about Wavetail. Yes, so Wavetail, I think we talked about it 2 weeks ago, but it's good to remember, you guys, that Wavetail is an exclusive game to Stadia right now, and it's free on Pro, and it's an excellent game. I really recommend it if you guys want to try it out.
Yep.
So other than that, we got some little news here. So we got the ARK Turkey Trials. I think it's on, and so it's on until December 7th. To be honest, I didn't know that ARK had some events, so that's pretty cool. So Turkey Trial 5 is now available on ARK Survival Evolved server. The event will run from these dates and go on the hunt for unforgiving super turkeys and harvest wishbones to gain new chibis, a turkey costume, and event-themed emotes, and brand new ugly sweaters. All right. And one here that everyone is pretty excited about is we've got a new Ubisoft game, which is Rayman Legends. And I saw John's stream, and I mean, it's very fun. Like, just to watch. It's a local multiplayer game and it's a platformer that you can buy. It's very cheap. It's $19.99. And like John said, it's a 8 years old game, but it aged very well. It's very artistic, and if you enjoy Kaze and the Wild Mask, I'd say give that one a go, because it has some similarities, and it also has some collectathons, so you can go back in the game and collect all of the blue little guys there. I'm not sure what they're called, but yeah, these little guys.
The teensies. Yeah, the teensies there.
The
Yeah, that's where you collect those. There's so much, like, Rayman Legends, there's just so much to it. And like right now, I think it's up until December 3rd, which we'll touch on this a little bit later in the sales. It's actually on sale too. So I think like if you're a pro member as well, it was like in Canada here, it's like $13. In the US, it's like $10. So it's like super cheap. Awesome. And like you say, if you like Cause and those platforming games, you'll definitely like Rayman Legends. It's funny, a bunch of different characters to play with, lots of collectibles, lots of replayability to go back and get all the teensies and the lums and all that good stuff. So it's a great game.
Yeah, for sure. Jay Smith is saying, any word on anyone's Stadia promotions from Canadians? So unfortunately, we did not get any promotions yet. Me, Aswi, and John, we have like this this assumption that Canada is running out of stock with the premium edition. So we're assuming that maybe we're not going to get any more promotion with these because they're not going to move stock around countries, right? So
Right.
that's what.
Yeah. Like the Premier Edition here in Canada, we sold out of that with the Cyberpunk deal last year. So ever since then, it hasn't been in stock on the Google Store. If you go to the Google Store in Canada now, you can see it there. You click on buy and it tells you it's out of stock. So like you mentioned, they're not going to move. It's a discontinued SKU, right? So they're no longer making this bundle. They've moved over with the Play and Watch now bundle, which is the Chromecast with Google TV. So they're not going to move around stock from the US just so that they could sell it cheaper here in Canada. So we won't see any hardware deals like that. This is, again, it's a fantastic deal to get the extra controller and the Chromecast Ultra if you're just coming into it. But they're clearing that old stock out and making way for the Play and Watch bundle, which will be the main bundle going forward from here. And you can see like it's sold out in a lot of countries around the world. So unfortunately we didn't get the promotion, but we don't have any hardware really to give that promotion on. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So now moving on, we got some FIFA 22 events. So if you play FIFA 22 by January 13, you'll get an untradeable next generation player item. So it's a nice little thing to bring players back to FIFA 22. If they decided not to play anymore, they can just jump back in and get that little reward. And then on Maiden 22, they got the Bow Nose event. So experience Bow Nose now. Log in Maiden from November 19th to January 14th and receive a Bow Nose Ultimate Team Starter Pack, including 85 rated Bo Jackson item, a Raiders uniform, and so on and so forth. So it's another one where you can just log in, get these items, and jump back in the game if you want. It's a cool way to brag, So after the event has ended, you can wear this shirt and show people that you were in the game as early as November 2021.
Yeah.
And then we've got, by the way, guys, happy Black Friday. It is Black Friday today, right? So just let you know, guys, and we've got some cool deals on Stadia, and that's where we're going to jump in right now. So there's way too many sales to talk about. So what we're going to do, we're just going to jump in a little bit and just talk about a few of them. So what you see here, let's jump into price. So we got, smaller games with smaller price, which is awesome if you're on the budget. Middle class deals if you got a little bit more money, and then you've got the big games where they cut out like half the price, so which is pretty cool. So as you can see here, so Dead by Daylight's DLCs are available. We've got Doom 64, and the Tomb Raiders and Lara Croft are usually pretty cheap during these events. Dragon Ball DLCs, and mostly Dead by Daylight usually where it goes to the cheapest.
Yeah.
And then if we jump around the middle, this is still pretty cheap. We're gonna jump a little bit further. Like I told you guys, there's a bunch of deals, right?
Yeah, there's a ton of games that are on sale. And like you mentioned, like fantastic, like super amounts prices off too. We could see the WWE 2K Battlegrounds there was like $20. And again, these are Canadian prices, so They will vary depending on what country you're watching from. So keep that
Yeah,
in mind as well.
exactly. So I personally bought Marvel's Avenger for $20. It's worth it. And then yeah, so all of these games, like there's a lot of AAA games at $20, which is pretty cool. Hitman 2, Elder
Mhm.
Scrolls Upgrade, Formula One, Rage 2, which is great. And like I mentioned, there's some games that doesn't go on sale too often. And if you go further in the list, so yeah, you got like the big deluxe edition and stuff, but I guess we're not going to
Yeah.
go too much on that. But
Yeah, Riders Republic, look, is already on sale too. Those are the, like you said, like the deluxe editions. Far
yeah,
Cry Gold Deluxe,
Ultimate,
lots of Life is Strange True
yeah,
Colors Deluxe Edition.
yeah.
There's the Ease 9. Yeah.
That's what I like there, right here. So we got East 9, Resident Evil, Life is Strange, Sekiro,
Yep.
Humankind. These are all games that I want to try. Red Dead
Hmm.
Redemption. I tried
Yep.
Red Dead Redemption yesterday, actually, and wow, what a game! What a game!
Yep.
Uh, Immortal Phoenix Rising Gold Edition, which contains all of the DLCs, if I'm not mistaken, 44.54, which is amazing.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys have anything to mention about the sale? Did you guys buy anything? How about you, Ashley? Did you buy anything in the sale yet?
I bought Outriders.
Oh,
I
of course.
originally got it at launch, but with the bugs, I refunded it and then got it again, and then jumped on with John. I noticed Dave Widnall here had noticed that he picked up Ease 9, and then Ex
Hmm.
Predator, who is a massive Ease fan, cheering
Yeah.
him on. Dave
Yep.
Widnall also recommends everyone should buy Sekiro, which, even though I already have
Yes.
it on PlayStation, I'm hovering over it and potentially might get it.
I purchased it myself.
Yeah, I convinced someone on our Discord group to pick up Resident Evil Village.
Yeah,
Yes.
here you go,
There he
Daniel. I've
is.
got him
Yeah.
highlighted. Yeah.
And then I'd also recommend Life is Strange True Colors, just because though that Life is Strange True Colors and Resident Evil Village, I think, are probably the two best games I've played this year on Stadia.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, you guys don't hear the sound, right? Well, I'm just gonna mute it here, there. So, what about you, John? I know you already own a lot of games, but were you able to buy some of these games in the deal? No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to get. What was I think? There's a game I was gonna. Darksiders. Is it
Genesis.
3?
Genesis?
Oh,
No, I have. I already have Darksiders Genesis. Yeah, I bought that when that launched.
Oh yes, 3 is
When it
also on
first came out.
sale. Yeah.
Yeah, 3. Yep.
nice.
That's why I'm gonna probably pick that up later tonight. I love Darksiders Genesis. It's got that Diablo feel to it as well. So if that's on sale, which I'm sure it probably is, I highly recommend that game as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
So guys, if you bought any games in the sale, just let us know, and yeah, we're pretty interested to know what you guys bought. So
Yeah.
next up is one of the older news that we decided to keep here because it's pretty big news. It happened 2 weeks ago. So the news here is from John Carr. I like to bring up his website because it's really good. He brings up pretty cool things along with Stadia Source, of course. But yeah, I like to hang out on Chronicles of Stadia's news site. So we've noticed, and I'm not sure if they announced it yet, but we now have 4K 60 frame per second live streaming from YouTube directly from Stadia. So this is pretty big news because actually there's not a console that can do that right now, and doing that on PC requires a lot of resources, if I'm not mistaken. So very big news. Like I said, it's just something that people should use. And because this happened, there's a lot of people who now want the webcam integrated. And to be
Yes.
honest, if I'd have the webcam, I wouldn't even use restream anymore because I definitely stream it in 4K. It'd be the best way to do that.
Yeah, and you can stream. Now it's like, I believe right now it's just select titles, but it's 4K 60 and with HDR. So like that makes a huge difference as well. Some are 1440p as well. So there's not been, like you said, there's not been like an official announcement yet of it. Maybe they're still working on things and they'll talk about it. But yeah, this is great to see. And like you said, yeah, if we can integrate like webcam into it, That'd be awesome, just to be able to stream directly from Stadia there and not have to worry about Streamlabs and all the resources that it takes up on your computer. So that would be great. Hopefully, and I know we touched upon that last week when we were talking about with people, like, you know, what are some of the things you would like to see in year 3 of Stadia, some features, and that was one of them, is the webcam integration with the direct streaming.
Exactly. All right. So next up, we got some Outriders news. So we've been talking about Outriders a lot already, but as you did try the new update, right? How do you feel it? How do you feel how it is?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's wonderful. I'm hoping, I haven't had any technical glitches since I was with John, so I'm hoping when we get a chance to get on again, we'll be able to go a little longer than an hour. But yeah, it runs buttery smooth. I toggled both performance and resolution, and it's great.
Nice. So the new update is now up to date with consoles. So basically, we're having the same update as them. It's now cross-play. They removed the timer in Expedition, I think it's called. They've added 4 new Expedition in there, and a lot of quality of life improvements, such as weapon tweaks and things like that. And so far, I've seen just good reception out of it. You know, like everybody seems happy about it.
Yeah. It's like, as we was saying, like, it runs like awesome now. Before, there was some stuttering and things like that here and there, and now you could tell that, like, People Can Fly, they've went back and they've, you know, really optimized it on Stadia, and you know, again, like as we mentioned, now all the updates are on par with the other platforms. We've got cross play and things like that, so it's really good. It's, when, like I said, when we were talking about it earlier, because we were having the 3-player multiplayer, it does ramp up the difficulty in the enemies. So at first there, when we started out, I think we died like 5 or 6 times in the first scenario there after multiplayer opens up. But we got our groove, right, and we started you know, jiving with you know, utilizing each of our characters' powers. I was the trickster. As we were you Pyro? Devastator, and Elemental Leech was Pyro as well. So you know, we're using all those special abilities and things like that in tandem, and really working. And what was awesome too is, like, in the chat, like Dismal was in there too, saying, oh, you know, try, you know, giving us tips too, like use this, you know, and things like that. So that's awesome. I always love that, like, as you know, when you're streaming and you're being, you know, part of the community and talking, you get these gameplay tips from others that you might not necessarily hear, and it's awesome. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, you know, like he was telling me, you know, with me for the trickster, teleport, do a melee attack, and then do the sword swipe, and sure enough, you know, with that attack, like, that's an awesome, it deals like so much damage and things like that. So it's really good. That's like another bonus, and what I love about the community too and streaming is that you know, you learn stuff that you might not necessarily have known, or it would take you longer to figure out and try.
Exactly. And like you said, like content creating, like streaming games, it's so much fun just because we can get tips from people, and it's you know, it's a good thing to do. I think my favorite, just a side note, I think my favorite streamer, he hates it when people tells him what to do, and I'm like, why? It's so much better, right? Like he's not spoiling anything; he's just helping out. So.
Well, I mean, as long as, like, you know, they're doing it in, like, someone's suggesting, hey, you know, you should do this, and like, not saying, oh, you suck and you need to do this, and this, right? So, you know, it's a helpful way, which, like, Dismal was very, like, courteous and like, oh, you should try this and things like that. So it's like, you know, it's like you're sitting there buddy to buddy next to each other talking, hey, try this, this will work. You know, he's learned this from all the hours that he's put into the game, so he's now sharing that knowledge, you know, with me and anyone else watching the stream too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump to the next news. Here it says Eve, and I'm like, who's Eve? Let's have a look, see what it is, what this news is. So today is the day we start to deploy our test machine. Okay, for 100 days. Winemaker Simulator's new touch input for test of QA. So right now we have one game with touch control input integrated inside the mobile. It's called Humankind. So it looks like there's other developers now who's looking into integrating their games with it.
Yes.
And
Yep.
wine simulation seems to be a perfect fit for that because just the way you're looking at the camera and the way you could just tweak alongside with stuff. So I feel like it's a great integration.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect addition, like you said. And also mentioned, we didn't have it in the notes, but it's just something I just remembered now. I got tagged on Discord in the official Discord for From Space. The developers there, they're working on it. Won't make it for launch, but they're also working on touch controls from space. So that's awesome. Like, we played that demo and it was like awesome. I can't wait for that. I think if I remember correctly, I don't know if it's going to be like early access or something like that. I think January, February, I don't know, but I'm super excited for that because it was just so much fun. And like this, in the limited time that we had with the demo, I'm already hooked.
Oh yeah, great game for sure.
Yeah.
So as we've got 2 games announced on November 18, and these are 9 to 5 and Hunting Simulator. Have you heard of these games before?
Until that post, no. But once I did, I was kind of excited for 9 to 5.
Nice. Tell us more about it. So what got you excited into this game?
I think, especially since we have Rainbow Six Siege, which is highly tactical, this will fit right up against it. But what's cool about it is the fact that it's 3v3 v3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you've got 3 teams vying for control. I heard you actually played it, didn't you?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about that after.
Okay.
But I can talk about it today right now. So what happened is that I played today. I was excited. I wanted to try the game and see how it runs. Just out of hype, just to see how it's going to go, and probably play it on Stadia later on. But the thing is, when I tried to queue for 30 minutes and I couldn't find anyone in the queue, so I was curious. I look on Stream. What is it called? It's called Steam Charts, where you can see how many players are in the game right now. And it was 12 in the last hour, 12 players in the whole computer community. And I find that it's a little bit sad, like I hope that it gets a little bit more popular because I really want to try this game. It's just that there's not enough people to try it. So hopefully when it comes to Stadia, we'll get a little bit of a boost on that.
Yeah, so I see, not to cut you off here, I saw Exception here in the chat saying Jem played it, and he was saying that he liked it more than Rainbow Six Siege, which is awesome.
Big words from a big guy, eh?
Yeah.
Oh
That's so excited for it. Like you said, hopefully that once it comes to Stadia here in the next week or so, that there'll be some more interest for it, and I'm looking forward to that. 3v3v3 sounds very interesting indeed.
Exactly. So it's coming out on December 8th. And just to let you know, guys, so I played at 6:30 in the morning, right? So this is one of the reasons why there was not a lot of people. I'm sure that I could find some people this evening, just on a side note. And then we've got Hunting Simulator 2. So my girlfriend was a big fan of the first Hunting Simulator at the time. So it's very cool that we're getting the second one. Are we getting this the same date as other platform? Is that already out on other platform?
Okay. It's already out, so it's just coming to Stadia here. And again, this is like another game that I might not necessarily, before Stadia came around, that I might not necessarily have tried, but this sounds pretty interesting. I'm up to give it a try and see how it is, just to see what it's like.
My favorite hunting game is probably Cabela Dangerous Hunt, I think it was called.
Oh, okay.
A long time ago. It was so fun because it was almost like playing a horror game because like animals were jumping at you and stuff. And I feel like Hunting Simulator is probably the best game after that to me because they really nailed the hunting of the game. So looking forward to it. It's very open world, very cool game. Coming out in 4 days actually, so pretty soon.
Oh wow, yeah.
So next up is we have a screenshot here, and it's about you know what, I'm gonna have to read it because I'm trying to remember what it's about. Do you remember, John? Maybe I can.
Crystal Tales.
Yep. Yeah.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crystals, yeah.
So it's so John and Imran has been playing Chris Tale. Is it? I think it's Imran, right? Who played
Yep.
Chris Tale,
Imran. Yep.
and they were having issues. So after a dialogue decision pop up, the game bugs. So there is a few bugs in the game, unfortunately. But as we can see here, they're looking to have a patch for the game. So let me just read that out loud to you guys. So, hello everyone. Firstly, I want to apologize for the radio silence. Due to personal reasons, some of us were absent for some time. But during that time, the rest of the team was hard at work in new patches for the game, including Switch. We can't confirm a date yet. Nintendo in particular has its very unique complications for any updates, but I can confirm that we will release the patches soon with the respective announcement. Again, sorry for the wait. We are a small team trying to do everything as fast as we can, but we really are working on it, and it shouldn't take too long. So this is promising. This might fix a few issues that people has, and hopefully it will. I don't think that people should wait for the patch. I think that the game is still pretty solid. But if you do get a bug, just wait a little bit, and maybe this patch will fix it for you.
Yeah, like the bug that I had. So I was playing it back when it launched in the summer there, and the bug that I had in particular was maybe about halfway or three quarters of the way through, and it was different than the one that Imran was talking about on Discord. And what would happen is it would go to start a battle and nothing would happen. It
Yeah.
would just sit there like the characters were sitting there like waiting for everything to happen. No, nothing. You couldn't send a command, nothing. And so I messed around with it. I was like, I've already played it for this many hours. I'm this far. I am not stopping here. So I was able to mess around with it, go back into a dungeon, pick up an item, camp, resave, and then it fixed my bug. But I had to mess around, with that for probably a good 30 to 40 minutes before I got it working. But Imran tried the same things, and it really didn't work for him at all. So he went onto the Discord here, saw that, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah, like you said, hopefully we'll see a patch here. And I've heard people that have played it on Stadia that hasn't had any bugs at all.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just one of those things. Every game has some type of issue there with it.
Exactly. And as we can confirm with me, but you don't want game breaking bugs in RPGs, right? Because it takes like it's a big time investment, right? Uh, we don't want
I
that to
mean,
happen.
I've had not my own bug, personal of, oh, I forgot to save. Oh, I lost 2 hours of progress.
No.
Yeah, I've had that.
Uh,
So I'll take these bugs over my own bugs when I play.
Yeah, fix
So
your bugs in your head.
yeah, so you know what? I've had way back when I had similar issue where I was playing for hours. This was like 20 plus years ago, back on NES, maybe even 30 years ago, whatever, where I was playing for hours and hours and didn't save. So I've always that time old adage of save early and save often.
Mhm.
Now in any RPG game, whenever you can save, I save. So if
Yep.
if even
Yeah.
if I don't want to, I'm saving. I bought something, okay, I say, you know what I mean? Like I take it to a certain, not to a, too overly, but
Mhm.
because I learned my lesson there after spending all those hours and then just completely being gutted, like, oh, all that time. And then, most of the time when that happens is you're like, oh, screw it. I'm not going back to do this. You might have to come back a couple
Yeah.
months later when all the sadness and disappointment wears off.
Yeah. So when you forget to save, you goes in like the 5 stages of grieving, right? You're like denial, sadness, like all of these stages,
Yeah,
which is pretty funny.
yeah,
All
yep.
right. So let's jump onto another one that's pretty exciting. And I know that Eli Levy is pretty excited about this one because we talked
Mm-hmm.
about it during our stream. But uh, we have a look at the future of Hitman. So I'm just going to click at that. I don't know if the information is pretty clear. But what happened is that the IO Interactive actually mentioned that they were not going to do any additional content for Hitman 3. But what happened is that they had a very good reception, man. It sold over 50 million copies, I think, from what I understand. So they
Mm-hmm.
decided to go ahead and add some additional content for Hitman 3. Um, I'm not exactly sure what content we get. I know we're getting some new maps. Uh, but yeah, there's a big roadmap about it. I don't know if you know about any new additional content, John, or not.
No, I don't know anything in specific there. But like you said, this is good. Eli is our expert here on Hitman. I'm not sure. I see him in the chat here. He's saying that the blog mentions the content,
There it is.
but
Yeah,
yeah. So there we go.
So
sport,
yeah, we're supposed to be getting some new maps.
ray
They're adding
tracing.
VR to PC,
Mhm.
the elusive Target arcade.
Yep.
But I know that I believe January 20th, somewhere in time in January, they're going to announce like the full details on what's coming,
Right. Yeah, that was
Interesting.
it.
which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
super exciting.
Yep.
Yeah, very much. It's very good, especially for the Hitman fans. Even the new people. I mean, it's going to be good because it's going to be new content for whenever you want to start the game.
Mhm.
So yeah. Then we got. I saw Fish Lab. It's always exciting. So we've got a new game coming out next week called Chorus,
Yep.
and we don't have any news about it. We just wanted to talk a little bit about it out of hype. So this game was supposed. I don't know why. I don't know if it's our brain or something, but John, we thought that it was going to release like on December 8th, right? And then
Yeah.
it's
For some
actually
reason, I was thinking December 8th, but it's next Friday, December the 3rd. I think maybe I was getting that confused with I don't know, something else, but yeah, this does look great. It kind of has that Star. We were talking it again on Discord too, like the Star Wars feel to it as well. And something that was interesting is that the Fish Labs, that they tweeted out something about Stadia and retweet this, and you'll get a surprise or something like that. So there's been some speculation that maybe it'll be a surprise pro game in December.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing really that points to that. That would be awesome if it's going to happen, but we'll see. Who knows, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
I mean, if you think about it, Stadia is the only platform where there's not pre-orders for the game. So some people are saying, "Oh, well, that's an indication that it could be a pro game." I don't know. So we'll definitely know by next Friday for sure whether it
Yeah,
does become a surprise pro game or not. But this is it's not a AAA game; it's an AA game, so it's
yeah,
got it's a great price point too.
exactly. So, Asmi, do you think that we'll receive this one as a pro game? And are you excited about it? If do you have any features that that you're looking forward to see about the game?
I'm keeping my expectations low on the pro side.
Yeah,
However, like we talked about, so Rogue Leader, which was Rogue Squadron 2, was one of the first
Mhm.
games I picked up on GameCube. I'm a huge fan of Star Fox 64, so that's definitely going to scratch that itch for me. One of the other things that I actually fell in love with looking at Chorus is they tweeted out the title theme music,
Yes.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I listened to it. I'm like, this is gorgeous.
Nice.
Mhm.
Just fantastic music. So anyone who is looking, I know we have our own little music thread on the Discord, and now I'm trying to remember why I didn't post it, but
Right.
somebody go
right.
check it out right now because
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds
that's true.
phenomenal, and it looks gorgeous. I got lost in it. You guys were talking, and I was like, oh, this is pretty.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I actually played the song on my radio show on this Monday because yeah, I was excited about it. When I first heard the first few seconds, I was like, oh, it's just a generic, orchestrated song. But as the song goes, like there's some vocals in there, there's some techno instruments in there, and it just it builds up, and I think it's a good song after all. So very cool.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, I posted a link to the tweet that's got the theme song there, so it's in the chat. So that's good. So people can check that out there, and yeah, I'm excited for it as well.
Yeah. So here, just to let you know, chat, we're going to talk about something during the community open mic. So I'm not going to talk about this right now. So there has been some Golden Joysticks Awards, and this is the subject that we're going to talk about during our open mic. And we want to talk about what value does winning some of these Stadia games brings to Stadia, basically. So we'll get back to it after during the end of our show. So we got the Game Awards here. Next up is Kaze. So we've got a new giveaway. Not us, but the developers has a new giveaway. So all you need to do is like, retweet, and follow Kaze and comment what's your platform of your choices. But what's interesting about this is this part here.
Yes.
So sorry, folks, DLC just 2022. But you know what? I don't even think they've ever mentioned any DLC, right? So
no, they've never confirmed DLC for it. It's always been speculated. So this was great to see. And this all came about with a couple of days ago. I think it was Wednesday. They tweeted something. The account was like, tomorrow's the day. And like, Thursday happened, nothing was there, and we're like, "What's going on? Has anybody heard anything about Kaze?" And then, sure enough, today this popped up here. So,
yeah, exactly. Let me put it in the chat just so people can get in. What happened is that my my C button on my keyboard doesn't work well, so sometimes
okay.
There you go. So I got the Twitter in, so people can get in, and very exciting. Yep. I can't wait to see what kind of DLC they have. They're going to bring up with this game because I'm a big fan also. Yeah. So next up is something that Dead Alive brought up on the Discord. So I'm not sure where he got this information, but let me explain what it is. So here it says the average daily subscriber growth for the past week, month, and year. So these are a very good number if you ask me, because here the weekly average is 99 subscribers, which means that every day there's 99 people coming and subscribe to Pro basically, and then on a monthly it's 44. So every day 44. I'm not sure why it goes a little bit lower like that, and then yearly is 90, which means like almost every day we get a total of 90 subscribers for Pro. And let me just take out my fancy calculator here and do some calculation for you guys. So if we take 90 subscribers a day times 365, hey, Matt, so that means that we get 32,000 new subscribers every year. Well, you know, if we take that into consideration, it might not be the case, but it's an estimate. And to me, 32,000 new subscribers every year seems to be pretty good. What do you guys think?
Well, so that was just someone was mentioning it in the chat there too. So this is in regards to the Stadia subreddit.
Oh, it's not okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is good though. This is still good to see the growth there of the Stadia subreddit, and we're seeing that these numbers are being are really good here, especially around these sales that are going on in the last month on Stadia. So it's like with what happened with the Cyberpunk as well, seeing some growth and new people discovering Stadia for the first time. So that's great. We're already at over 100K. We broke that on the Stadia subreddit this January. So not too long ago. So I think now it's already over 115 or something like that. I see Vivi in the chat there. Yeah, 114 there. So there we go. But yeah, those are great numbers.
Perfect. Ashley, do you like these numbers?
I do. I feel like this would be the kind of thing Jada Slip would want to talk about.
Definitely. Maybe we should bring that to him.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Next up, I'm going to let John talk about this one. So one hand clapping, since I'm not too familiar with the game. Yeah.
So one hand clapping, it was early access on Stadia here, and this is a game where you use your voice, a microphone that you hook up, and you'll sing and hum and get your way through it. So now it's coming out of early access to a final release here, December 14th. And it'll be available not only just on Stadia, but across other platforms as well. They really don't mention, as far as like coming out of the early access into final, what the differences are going to be. But this is good. So this is just another game here, more people. And it's relatively inexpensive too. Like, I think the early access was like, if I remember correctly, it might have only been like $5 or $6, maybe $10 tops, something like that.
It was $5, and
Wow.
Yeah.
they just increased the price as they added more content.
Mhm.
So
Oh.
now it's sitting at about like 15, $16 Canadian.
Yeah.
This is something that's really, really unique. I should have picked it up because it's one of those I'm really curious about. So I'm
Yeah.
kicking myself. I don't pick it up now because I'm like, I should have got it when it was $5.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens
Yeah.
when it comes out.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe eventually we'll do like a trio and try to stream this game together and try to,
That
maybe a speed run.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So that's a little bit of news that came across our way today.
Yep. The last one here is Rainbow Six Extraction. You know what? I haven't even heard about this one. So we're proud to share that Rainbow Six Extraction has gone gold. See you in the containment zone on January 2022. So what does that mean, John?
Yeah. So well, that means that the game it's basically done, right? So they're ready
Oh,
to press the discs now for those non-cloud platforms.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Nice.
so it's ready to go there, and so I can't wait. That's awesome that this is the end of November, and it's still got another, what, 2 months,
Just under
about
two
less than two
months.
months. Yeah, just under
Yeah.
2 months
It's getting
before
there.
it goes live there. So this is great. I'm really looking forward to it. I know that we heard the news that now it's going to come with some what they call buddy passes. So it comes with, I believe it's two buddy passes where you can give them to your friends and they can play for 2 weeks along with you in
Yeah.
Extraction here, and then at that time they can choose to buy it. And the price on this was recently reduced. Like they took it down from like an $80 game here in Canada or $60 game in the US, and it's down to, I think it's like $49.99 here,
Yeah.
$39.99 in the US, and things like that. So I'm excited for
Exception. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that exception here is in the chat says that Rainbow Six Extraction hasn't changed price on Stadia yet. So that's
Yeah, they haven't
interesting.
updated. Yeah, they haven't updated the store yet with the new price, but I'm sure, like, if you have a pre-order in, like, they'll adjust that
Yeah.
price there. But
Yeah.
yeah, it hasn't been adjusted yet on the store.
Yeah, Ubisoft pointed out that if you did have a pre-order existing on any platform, they will refund you.
Okay.
So I assume it's going to be
That's
the
good.
same, or the price will
Yeah.
change probably closer to release.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, as we are you going to buy this game day one? I know that you're pretty excited about X Defiant, but I can't remember if this one you were interested in it.
So yeah, I've got Ubi Plus. I actually really want to play this on stream with John. I think
Yes.
I'm not as crazy about Rainbow Six Siege. I like the tactics,
Mhm.
but when you realize I'm not very quick, so playing against PC players usually means I die. So this will be
Crazy.
nice to sort of work on those tactics on the PvE, kind of like what we were doing on Outriders, except on a different scope.
Yeah. This looks fun. I'm Rainbow Six Siege, since it came out on Stadia at the end of June here. I'm not that good at it either, but I just love playing, and I like the different events that they have with it as well. Like, at Halloween they had that whole week of, or actually I don't even know, it was longer than a week. I forget now. Of, like, all these different supplemental things that they have each year. So it's great to see. Again, Rainbow Six Siege has been out for what, 5, 6 years, and that
Yeah.
game's still
Yeah.
going strong. Like, Ubisoft supports as well. There's a huge player base for it, lots of content. We're seeing new seasons, new characters, like a couple times a year. So I have a blast with it, even though I get my butt kicked. It's fun playing along with others, like, especially on a team with other people that like, that's the best thing that I like about it.
Yeah,
So
and you mentioned that yeah, they still support it, and that's what's cool about Ubisoft is that they make all of their games like extend a long time, so they always have like new content. Like Breakpoint has been out for a while now, and
mhm.
we're still getting like the Motherland DLC, and yeah,
Yep.
it's cool games that even if you finish it, they just bring up more stuff to play with. So it's Ubisoft Plus has great value in terms
Yep.
of doing that.
For
Um,
sure.
all right, so guys, this is all that we had for news. Hope you guys enjoyed. And now I will leave it to John with the giveaway. Yep.
All right, so we're gonna do the giveaway now. So this is the first of 2 giveaways. So this is for the Stadia Premier Edition, UK only. So like I mentioned earlier in the stream, Mark Woodhall has graciously donated this as a giveaway. He's in the UK, so he will ship to anybody in the UK. So if you haven't already entered into the raffle, exclamation mark raffle, and I do know that there was some people in the chat there mentioned that they entered by accident. That's okay. The bot's gonna pick the winner here, and we'll look in the chat. And if you're not in the UK, we'll just pick somebody else. And then once we have a winner here, you can contact me. We'll get the let's see. You can contact me. Let's see. Contact, I believe. There we go. And so you got my email there. You've got Twitter, the Discord. You can contact me to claim your prize. And I'll get the information over to Mark and he'll get it shipped out. After we pick a winner, then we'll be giving away, we'll open up the raffle for Marvel's Avengers, and that's open to anybody. Obviously, if you win the Premier Edition, we ask that you don't enter into the Avengers raffle just to keep things fair. So here we go. There's Paul stopping in here. Paul, how you doing? So again, we're going to close it up here. Exclamation mark raffle. If you would like to win a Stadia Premier Edition, UK only. All righty, here we go.
Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, good luck, everybody. Let's go over to the bot here, the giveaway. And here we go. We're going to close the giveaway here. All righty. So let me see here. I see Miss T22, Lord Vivek, PSX Guides, Amity, Daniel, Francesco, Sparstadian, Dave, Eli, Exception, Tobias, The Souls Home Studio, Andy, Cloudbusters, Vivi, Castball, and Roberto. And I know there might be a few of those that aren't in UK, but here we go. We're going to pick a winner. So if you hear your name picked here, or you see your name as well, just speak up and you'll be able to claim your prize. Remember, it's UK only. So here we go. We picked the winner, Cloudbusters. Cloudbusters, I need for you to verify that you are in the UK and you're here to claim your prize. I see Vivi in the chat here, exclamation mark plop. No, that won't work. That's not a secret command here. Yeah, so we've got Cloudbusters. Let's see if Cloudbusters is here to claim their prize, and they're UK only. If you're not UK, just let us know. That's okay. You're having a lucky day, and can you confirm that you are UK Cloudbusters? Let's see here. Eli typing exclamation mark John Cena. So let's see. Yeah, you can't see me. That's right. Cloudbusters. Just verify that you're UK, and then we can go on. Yep, you're UK too. Okay, if you didn't catch my contact details, just type exclamation mark contact, and that's how you can get a hold of me. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to reset the giveaway here. And we're going to be playing a community interview now. So you'll see as that interview starts here, I'm going to get the bot reset, clear out the queue, and everybody will be able to enter in for this raffle of Marvel's Avengers.
Good luck with that, guys. And so I'm not going to introduce the video. I'm introducing the person that I'm interviewing in the video anyway. So I'm just going to play it now so you can have a look. So
all right,
here's our interview.
Here we go.
John, okay. Hey guys, welcome to another interview on Stadium Connect North. Today we got a new special guest. He's called Cult of Stadia, or we can also call him #MediaGuy. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I imagine you're pretty tired. You probably had a lot going on yesterday. I was working most of the day, so I didn't catch all of it, but
Oh
I
man.
know you were super active yesterday.
So just let you know, guys, we're recording this the day right after the Stadia anniversary, second anniversary, and just to let you know, called today. I'm feeling well. I'm feeling great. I had a lot of sleep, so it's good.
Oh, good.
But yesterday, you should have seen me on our podcast. I was so tired. I was running on fumes. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, today's a great day, and yeah, it's great. So, John, I just said your real name. I
Oh,
apologize. I
that's
hope that's
okay.
okay. Okay.
No, no,
I
it's
just
all
noticed.
good.
Okay. So I would
I
like
noticed yesterday that one of the things people are always talking about with Google privacy, there's like little to no way to change sometimes your email address or your associated addresses with your accounts and stuff like that. So no worries.
okay, that's good. That's good. So tell us who you are, if you don't mind. How did you get into gaming? Some of your favorite games over the years, and what do you do to the community?
Sure. So my name is John, and I am Cult of Stadia on Stadia. Also on Twitter. That's my screen name, but my at name is at hashtag Media Guy on Twitter. So I just uploaded my first video on YouTube the other day. So um, some people caught it. So it's my first upload on my Cult of Stadia channel on YouTube. So everybody can check that out. It's kind of just sort of quickly outlines what it is that I'm trying to do in the community. And that's basically I don't really see myself as a content creator. It's just I talk about content creators because I consume a lot of content creation. So since finding out about Stadia, well, and beyond Stadia, I'm just a really big YouTube fan, so I watch a lot of YouTube creators. Not so much Twitch or uh, anything like that, but
Yeah.
mostly YouTube and a lot of Stadia content creators. So I made a first video talking about some of the Stadia like news and long form shows that I think are like must watch things for new Stadia people to check out. And I tweet a lot about content creators, not just Stadia, but also like horror
Mm.
community and wrestling community. I'm a huge AEW fan, which gives me a chance to bring up something controversial. Anthony,
Yeah.
and now your mama knows.
Yeah. You said
You
that.
keep you keep you keep going on shows and talking about how you're a wrestling fan, but you say you don't watch AEW. Now, I just don't understand. How can you go on shows, every show you go on, and talk about how you're a wrestling fan, and then say you don't watch AEW? Okay, to me that just does not ring true. So I had to call you out there, cowboy. You cannot be a wrestling fan if you don't watch AEW. It's just not possible. Anyway, so that's my long form answer
Yeah.
to that incredibly short question you asked me.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna tell Anthony to watch the show because yeah, I'm gonna tell him that there's gonna be something about it, and he's gonna love it. It's a shame on
Yeah.
Anthony. Yeah. So, like you mentioned, you made your first video on YouTube recently, and I've watched it, and it's very good. You show all of the content creators, the one that does news, the one that brings up contents that are not streaming. And I totally agree with this list, guys. I'm gonna try to put the link in of the video in the chat. It's really it's a really good list, and I'm how can I say that? I approve it because these are all like the essential content creators that we have here that really helps out with the community.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're saying that you're not a content creator, but you know what? Just your retweet stuff. You show like every interesting parts of the community. You always retweet stuff that are interesting and stuff like that. To me, you're a content creator because you show yourself to the community, and you do good work to me. Yeah, for me anyway. So yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think there's kind of a word for it that so I'll give Cowboy a good shout out. Cowboy came up with a good term for a community champion, which he had called me and Mr. 1030 primarily Ralph Haley, who is fantastic at
Yeah.
doing that. Which you guys have had on before, Ralph. Does a great job. So I think I do a good job of just disseminating information. Not speaking this morning, but I do a pretty good job of facilitation. I guess we'll call it YouTube facilitation.
Yeah.
And I definitely consume a ton of content creators. So yeah, my next video that I plan on talking about will be about people that do game streaming, because as somebody that's not very good at games, I find that, and as a new user, or as like I should say a lapsed gamer, I think there's a lot of value to watching game streamers. So I'm going to try to talk about yourself, John, Meg, some of these people, Sonny. So like just there's a lot of game streamers. So I'm going to try to do another video and talk about game streamers and how people that are new to the Stadia universe can kind of glean something from watching a lot of the great streamers out there too.
That's gonna be a tough one because there's so many streamers, right? It's gonna be really tough to compile and make just a big list of that. So speaking of game streaming, I'd like to know what have you been playing on Stadia lately, or what's your favorite game on this platform?
Okay, yeah, great. I love talking about Stadia. Right now I'm super frustrated because I can't log in. I can't buy any games on my account. There's some weird thing going on with my credit card, where it's like not accepting new gift cards or credit cards, and I don't have an Android phone, so buying a Google gift card is this whole thing. That's one of these little frustrating things that we deal with once in a while in the Stadia world. Just weird little things like that. But so right now I'm in like a grumpy Stadia mood, if I can say that, the day of the birthday weekend. But I do love the service. I came to the service, as we talked about last time. It didn't make it to air, so I guess I can go ahead and talk about it again. We talked about how I got to the service via the Chromecast. I was just blown away by the Chromecast, and I still am blown away by the technology. If it sounds like I'm shivering, it's because I am. I'm in in Wisconsin here, and I'm outside trying to get the best signal possible and kind of enjoy my coffee. But it's pretty cold in Wisconsin right now.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I got into it because of the Chromecast, found out about the service because of the Chromecast, and the click to play feature of the Chromecast with Google TV just blew me away. I initially found out about it because I'm a big movie fan, and I thought Chromecast was going to be a great way to aggregate all my movies and be able to control and watch all that. And it's cool for that, but the biggest thing I found out about it was Stadia. So I've got probably 130 games or something since I joined in July. I love just diving into new ones all the time. I've got so many in my backlog that I need to get to. I'm thinking about starting a new thing where I just take a look at games in my backlog and try to engage with people and figure out what should I get into about this game, or look at different games in my backlog that are just kind of gathering dust. But yeah, right now I guess my favorite games are still kind of the ones I can easily play because I suck so bad. Kimono Heroes, Streets of Rage. I love Streets of Rage, as we've talked about before. I love Pikaniku. Pikaniku is a blast. I love Trine.
Trine is a good puzzle. Yeah.
I love Dragon Ball Xeno. I love
which
Mortal
one?
Kombat.
The Kakarot
Mortal
one?
Kombat 11. No, not Kakarot. I don't have that. I've got the Xeno one.
The Xenoverse. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11. Nice. I think. I think. Anthony, we talked about him a lot today, but I think he's a big fan of Mortal Kombat too. So
I'm not going to challenge him on gaming because that guy can play games.
Yeah,
he's really good at playing games,
nice.
Especially Avengers.
Yeah,
I have Avengers, but I've never. Gosh, I barely dived into it. I've gotten as far as the Hulk started running around and smashing things, and I just got frustrated and turned it off. Nice. But that's I've 10%ed a lot of my games, so I'm gonna eventually dive into all of them and figure out ways to get into them. But right now, those are some of my biggies.
Yeah, I think that's a struggle, especially for someone who's a lot into movies and video games, because taking the time to do both is really hard. Like I barely watch any movies because I invest my time in video games. Um, so one more question for you.
Sure.
Since the Stadia anniversary just happened, and just to let you know, guys, I forgot to mention that, but this is the second time recording this interview because because we did an interview on Wednesday, like about 4 days ago. But I had Cult of Stadia on mute by mistake, so I had to text him. And I was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry, but can we do this again?" And he gladly accepted to come back. So I'm happy with that. But I'm gonna ask you again. What feature would you like to be added on Stadia, or even what new games you'd like to have?
Oh man. So new games, I'm not really, well, full disclosure, I'm not really, as we talk, once again, I feel like I need to tell you, but I don't need to tell you because you know. But anyway, so I'm not that hung up on new features. I just think the service is so mind-blowing to begin with. The fact that I have a little, 2-inch dongle thing that I can hook up to my TV that costs $50 that delivers 4K and all these games, and I'm not really that hung up on new features. I'm still kind of blown away just by just Stadia in general. So like I don't, and honestly, also on that tip, I haven't really dove into, so I don't want to be critical of the new features because I haven't even used them. I don't even know how to incorporate them, half of them.
Yeah.
So I really don't understand how to use half the new features. So maybe that's why I'm not that excited by them. So as far as like new things I'd like to see, I'd just like to see folders or some way to not have to horizontally scroll on Chromecast forever.
Yeah.
It's really difficult, and I know that Ready Set Stadia did like a poll on Twitter, and he asked people what they would like to see. And if you look at his poll, like one of the top things, along with new territories, which is my other big thing, Brazil, India, Mexico, Japan.
Yeah.
As a gamer, yeah, it's kind of sad, or not sad, but just it would be a big feather in our hat to have Japan on board. Just from a gaming perspective.
Yeah, they've been asking for it. Even yesterday during Grace's stream on the Stadia channel, there were some Brazilian people there asking, "Hey, can you please bring the service to us?" So people are asking for it. So it's going to be crazy to see the service coming there. Yeah.
Yeah, and folders. I just think folders would be fantastic. Some way to organize it a little bit, or lay it out differently a little bit, the UI. But on the other hand, back to that original thing I said, just the fact that the service works at all, it's like I get why they wouldn't want to mess with the UI.
Yeah.
Because like, what if they go and mess with the UI on Google and on like Chromecast or something like that, and it's completely messed up. That's a big risk.
There's a lot of tests to be done in it, right? They have to make sure. So let's say they would start this today. It would probably take them like a year to actually put it in because they need to do a lot of testing and stuff because, like you said, it's quality product, right? They don't want to mess up their Google quality product, and it might take a while. But I like that idea because I would love to be able to put my finished game in a folder. So I don't, I'm not going to play them again because I finished them, and I'd love just to have them on the side and not need to bother with them when I look at this list,
Yeah, and something minor that a lot of people bring up also is being able to like hide or delete games. Like I got the Resident Evil demo, but I've already bought the game, so it'd just be cool to be able to hide it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So. Carl, I'm not going to take much more of your time. I do apologize again for having to bring you back here.
No worries.
But I do also appreciate it. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm not going to let you freeze more. And I hope
I am cold. Yeah. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention real quick.
Sure.
I might make a video about it too. But one thing that people always forget about Stadia, and especially like when they're dealing with new users, you don't know what new users are using for internet. So it's always important to kind of like when you talk to people on Twitter or deal with people that are new users, kind of let them know about all the different options. I don't even know if Stadia lets everybody know too much about how cool the adjustability feature is, that like you can dial it down. So like I tell people all the time, part of the reason I suck at games is because right now I don't have fiber. So, but you know, one thing I just wanted to quickly point out is it's really cool that I can go and tab it down to 1080 if I want to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, very cool feature. I do love that too.
Yeah, it's really cool. So anyway, peace out. Thanks for having me on again.
yeah. Thanks a lot, and I hope we can get to talk to you again. And I really want to play Street of Rage 4 with you because you keep talking about it, and eventually we need to have a game and figure something out. So
all right,
thank you very much. Have a good one, Carl.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
So let's see here. We got that out. So that was awesome. An awesome interview with a Call to Stadia. Now, before we bring this next person on, they're beating down my door here. I've told him he's got to keep it tame here. We're a PG rated show. So it's none other than, I'm sure you all can probably guess, who wants to come on and give their 2 cents about this video. It's none other than...
I'm a cowboy. Oh, man. Let me say this, all right? First things first, all right? So I'm driving in my car because I get off at 4:30. You guys go live at 4:30. So I'm listening as I'm driving, right? Then I was talking to the Climax on the phone for a little bit and I had to get rid of that bum. Then I pull up, I walk in the door, my wife saying hi. I'm like, yo, I'm listening to the 2 greatest Stadia entertainers alive. My guy, NinjaGuy X, and John on the mic Scar. And so I said, you gotta sit to the side. So as she interrupted me, all of a sudden I hear this guy, Coda Stadia, calling me out. Now, sorry, I thought it was live because she cut me off, you know, when I didn't realize it. So I'm like, throw me in the chat because I thought I was gonna be able to come on live. He would have ran anyway. But let me say this to Mr. Coat of Stadia, if that is your real name. Let me tell you something. First of all, and sorry for the people listening, but AEW is the poor man's WWE, okay? So if you want to lower your standards in wrestling, that's okay with you. But I watch the big boys, all right? Now, listen, NinjaGuy, don't play with that guy, Coda Stadia.
Really?
The game you want to play with him in? No,
Streets
I'm
of Rage,
Mr. Streets of Rage 4, okay? You want to play with a real champion, you play with an all-purpose champion, all right?
Yeah.
And anyway, who's this new guy?
What up?
This new guy. Which one? Oh,
Which one? We have 2 guys, yeah.
Week. And then the other dude.
I don't,
When I come
we
on
have
the
2
show,
new guys there. We
I
have
like
Eli.
you guys to announce who you are. The only 2 guys
Yeah.
I know are those guys. What if they try to gank me in the back or something, John? What are you running here?
No, it's Eli and Aswe here. Aswe, we interviewed on episode number 2.
Yeah,
Episode 2. So this is our 4th episode. So Aswe, he's a fellow Canadian and gamer, active on Discord, and we recently convinced him here to join Twitter. So he's joined Twitter within the last, what was it, about a month or so, right, Aswe?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Aswe's here, very, very knowledgeable. He's not as how do we say here, as outgoing as the cowboy. He's more reserved, but a very knowledgeable and a great friend here. We've come to know Aswe over this past year.
I did see that episode he was on, and I was listening earlier when you guys you brought him on. I just messing with you guys. But Eli, what is he doing on here? The stealth assassin himself.
I wanted to join because you joined, man. I love hearing you shit talk people and doing crazy stuff. But yeah,
Eli.
Ninja, if you want to play a fighting game, do it with Anthony. Power ups?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Man. He's the man in power ups.
Power ups. What is that?
Power Rangers.
Oh, Power Rangers. Okay.
Yeah.
The grid. All right, yeah, man. So I'm not familiar with that one, but I'd be game to do some Mortal Kombat eventually. Yeah.
Oh, listen, we can play Mortal Kombat too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also good at that.
Good.
Do it.
There you go. So now we're segmenting over here now to our community news, and since we've got Anthony on here now,
Nice.
maybe you could talk about this. Our very first piece of news is about the changes going on over with what was formerly called the Stadia Bash Community Network. So can you tell everyone that's watching here now what are some of the changes and benefits, and
Yeah.
just give us the 411 on it.
So thank you very much, because this is very dear to my heart, man. The changes is, so we added the N for network, right? But we originally started, if you guys look back, the SBC will be a year old the end of December, right? So coming up on a year. So we started off as Stadia Bash Community, and what we did is we host Bash, right? So then I got to give credit to Vet Cloud Gaming. He came up with the N. He said, what if we had,
There you go.
oh,
Put you in
cool.
the
All right.
spotlight.
So he said, oh, first, let me stop real quick. Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man. All right, I'm sorry. So we came up with the, Vet came up with the N. He said, what if it was like a network where, when you think of a TV station, different people, you watch different shows at the same time every week, and you go back the next week, same time. So we was like, man, that's pretty cool. So Spectre and I thought about it. We said, okay, let's do that. Let's change it from we host monthly bash, which is a week long, and let's do a network. So the network was cool, but we felt like when the network is kind of like a club, right? It felt like, whoa, you're not in the club. And we wanted to open it up where we feel like anybody could be a part of it. Because we had a lot of people that said, listen, I like to stream more than an hour, or I stream more than just one day a week. And so it always bothered us, but we needed to keep that strict format to actually become something, to actually be known, right? In the beginning, you got to make hard decisions in order to put yourself out there. So now it's almost a year later, and we were building up to the Stadia 2-year birthday bash, right? And so I said, what if we went back to regular bash? Let's see how successful the bash goes. And you know it, John, you was a part of it, NinjaGuy. I mean, people came out to support this 2-year event, and they wasn't even SBCN members, right? So I said, man, I think this is the time to make this change. So the benefits is now there's no more structure where you have to stream a certain hour, right? You could say, hey, I don't stream at all a specific hour during the week, but I stream every now and then. I say, well, cool. Just if you're ever going live, send me a link. I'm going to chant it out. John, you stream a lot. And I just listen. I go and just tag some of your stuff. Like I'm putting John out there. So the benefits is, guys, be a part of the SBC. We're just pretty much like a advertisement firm for Stadia, for the Stadia community. Long story short, we're just we just want to show the world that there's Stadia produces a great platform to play, and there's awesome content creators that do Stadia content.
And it's, well, like you said, it's a great way to get your name out there so that people know about you. But what I also love about it is you get to meet so many people that you might not necessarily have, right? So we've formed some great friendships over this last year with so many people on there that you might not necessarily have known. So it's a great thing, and I love the changes, and I definitely wanted to highlight that here in our community news. So,
could I say one last thing?
I guess you can.
One thing you said was important is it's a great way to put your name out there. So there's a bunch of guys, and particularly Cloud Gaming Dad. Everybody knows Lee. If you watch a couple videos, Lee said it. He said, listen, nobody knew who I was. And when we did the first bash, I said, hey, dude, do you want to be a part of it? He was like, I don't know. And I said, dude, you do good stuff. Be a part of it. And he'll tell you. He joined the bash, and look at him. He got monetized, over 1,000 subscribers. And look at, I bring up my guy, Alex, or Nimbus Cloud Gaming. Cloud Gaming Extreme picked him up as now he's their official streamer. So guys, use the SBC to get your name out there. And you, like Alex said, listen, I want to stream with Cloud Gaming Extreme. I said, dude, that would be awesome. I don't care if you exclusively stream for them. Allow us to help you put your name out there. And then some of the bigger guys could, because we don't even show how many subscribers we have. That's important to us because it's not about the channel. It's about you guys that stream. And again, your content is featured on the channel. So if anybody go on the channel, they just see everybody else content. There's not one piece of created content on that channel because it's about everyone else that's on the channel. So it's important for us just to put people out there, let people get discovered. Even like, look at Vet Cloud Gaming. he primarily does GFN, but guess what? He got his name out there so much that GFN seen him because he was doing Stadia content with the SBCN. So guys, just use this as a springboard. I don't care if you guys start streaming only Sega content, but if we can help you get a name out there and you could focus on your dreams, that's what the SBCN is about, or the SBCN.
And again, like what's good to mention too is you don't require a minimum amount of followers or views or anything like that. It's all about the community, and that's what's great. And we're all for that. So that's awesome to see.
May I point out something? Also in regards to the SBCN, I had one video on my channel, and that was a glitch in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I couldn't send it via email to Ubisoft, so I had to post it somewhere so I could send them the link. And I got like 7 subscribers out of that. And then I talked with Anthony, and he told me, "Hey, would you like to be part of the January bash?" And I was like, "I don't have any subscribers, so I have never streamed." He said, "Come along," and he's actually the one who got me into making content. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so like I said, we wanted to talk about that. I feel like that was an important piece of community news that's happened over the last week and a half, and really just wanted to highlight that. And we'll put him back in the spotlight here before we give the cowboy a boot. Is there anything? And no, I said to give you a boot. I didn't say about, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So is there anything you want to just talk about here real quick before we move on with other community news?
Yeah, definitely. Man, Stadia is awesome. It's some really cool games coming. Like you guys was talking about Chorus. Guys, my most anticipated game is Death Carnival. I've been waiting and waiting for that, so I can't wait till that come out. I just want to say that the best part of Stadia is the community. We've seen content creators get together. Look at you guys doing collaborations. Eli, he does now he said, "Listen, I'm so busy, I can't do a whole hour long thing," but he does his short videos, and they're just as important as a show like this. So I just want to say that I just love everything everyone's doing. Keep on doing it. Whether you're on Twitter or you're not on Twitter, just keep on creating content, Stadia content, and we're gonna literally help the platform get bigger and better. And that's
so
it.
There's a question here. It says, "Where can I find out more info?"
Yeah, I mean, you can my channel, my Twitter, if you're on Twitter, just do @andnowyour, and as soon as you start writing that out, you'll see me, and just inbox me and I can give you all the info you need. But it's really simple. It's just about people coming together as a community and promoting each other. We like your stream today. This is how cool it is. The Climax, which is a new guy, right? He's new in the community. He doesn't have Twitter. So I sent him the link for your show today, right? At 4:24 my time, right? And so he sent me the same link at 10 minutes later, and didn't realize I sent him the link. So that's how cool it is. He sent it to me through the Stadia Messenger app, right? And so we're just both like, he wanted me, "Hey, John Scar and Ninja's going." I sent him. Like, it's all about community. We want to be there for each other. We want to just support each other. That's it.
Yeah, awesome, great. Well, I did post in the chat here a link to your Twitter account here, so hopefully you'll get some hits here on that. And again, looking forward. Thank you so much, Anthony. You're always a pleasure to have on. We like to keep you a little bit tame, but you're the king of content and the #1 entertainer here. But thanks again so much. You're a really nice guy. We really do appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. Both of you guys have a great night.
Yeah, take care. All righty. So I'm going to move myself here into the spotlight.
So
and
I'm leaving as well then.
Oh, okay. Oh, you don't want to talk to us, Eli?
I want to, but it seems like Anthony left, and it looked like I was also about to leave. Or am I
no
allowed
yeah
to?
you can stay on if you like.
Okay.
We've got some community news here, and then we're gonna open it up to some chat, and then we'll do the giveaway for Marvel's Avengers. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get my screen up here shared. We got that, so we could see. I already had. We didn't anticipate Anthony being here. So I had this up, so we'll close that. And next, we're gonna. So we want to talk about Ready Set Stadia. So he has a new Discord server that we wanted to touch upon in our community highlights here. So he's just like we are here at Stadium Connect North. He's a community driven type person. And so he's got a new a Discord there that we wanted to highlight there. And you can find him on, let's see if we can make this a bit bigger. There we go. If you're on Twitter, under at Soapbox God X, and you'll be able to find the link to his Discord there. We can put that in the chat as well for those that are looking to just talk with other Stadia community members as well. So we dropping that into the chat, and let's go back over. And next, we want to talk about Ryzak. So Ryzak, if you're not familiar with Ryzak, he's been a member here in the Stadia community, content creation for a while now, and he announced that he's taking a break from content creation. He had a weekly show here, Game Over, basically where he would take people from the community. They would come on and answer questions about Stadia games and the platform and things like that. So entertaining and awesome. And he was part of Stadia Bash Community Network. He did his last show last week as part of the Stadiaversary, and just a fantastic. He's a great guy all around. He's still around on Twitter. Just he's out of the content creation for the time being, but a great guy, and we just wanted to basically give him a shout out and a salute and recognize him for all that he has done for the Stadia community. So a big shout out to Ryzak. He's a really great individual.
Yeah, and what a great way to end this his content creation, right? So he just did all of his last videos, and he said his goodbyes, and it was a little bit emotional, and it was cool. Just the way he did. He's very open to still join people's stream and stuff. So he's not out of the game, but he just decided to stop content creating just because it took a lot of his time.
Yeah, with the family and things like that. So, like I said, he's still around. He'll probably pop in every now once and then again to people's stuff. So, Ryzak, a shout out to him. All right. So next, we're going to move over to Christopher Clay, who is the creator of the Stadia Enhanced plugin. If you play Stadia on the PC, more than likely you know about Stadia Enhanced and or use it. This is maybe a little over a week ago. In one of the updates, you could see in update 1.180. There's a couple updates out after that, which is just some minor fixes. He added the Stadia Hunters as a community feature. So that's pretty cool. If I go over here, I'm going to refresh my screen. And let's see here. What that does is that'll bring the Stadia Hunter, so you can track your achievements and all that good stuff on right in. Let's see, right in your browser here. And of course, it doesn't want to load while we're live here on the screen. But
if it happens, just close the browser and open it in a new tab. I mean, close this tab and open a new tab. That's usually what works for me.
Okay. Hold on one second here. So while I'm doing that, we'll also mention here about the Winter Community Championship. If you watched last week's episode, right at the last 15 minutes, we broke the news. Jack came on, is announced that because we had such a great success and fun time with the Summer Community Championship, that there's going to be a winter version, just like the Olympics. So that's in the early stages of planning, and it's going to be awesome, fun to look forward to. I know Eli, NinjaGuy, a bunch of others were all part of it. So really looking forward to see what's involved and what's coming up in the Winter Community Championships. And I believe it's going to take place sometime maybe January, February. I don't know all the details just yet, but look out for that coming very soon. So let's see here. There we go. So in the on the Stadia page here, you just have to, you can see that it's selected here. But if you go under community features, again, this is part of the plugin Stadia Hunters. I've enabled that. So now you can see, telling me I'm level 42, and with a sweet little click here, you can bring up your profile and tells you all about all your achievements, your games, and all that good stuff. So that's built right into the Stadia Enhanced plugin. And Christopher's done great work with other community members here, like Adam Original Penguin as well. So that's great just to see that plugin evolving and community members being involved in that. So we're going to next take a look at Outright Games. Ever since August, when they've brought their games over to Stadia, they've been very vocal about how pleased they are and happy they are to bring these games over to Stadia. And here's just another tweet. They mentioned Stadiaverse, who gave Outright Games a shout out, and Outright Games responded as like, we're one of the most important milestones of this year for us has been to partner and bring many of our games to Stadia. We wanted to thank the whole community for the warm welcome. Here, Stadiaverse shows you all the wonderful titles we have on the platform so far. Thanks for sharing. And anybody that who watches any of my streams, you can see, I'm a big fan of Outright Games just because it's just brings another different type of game to Stadia, and these family oriented games, and great. Thanks so much, Dem, for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. And so this is some fun, great games here. My first 100% on Stadia, my friend Peppa Pig. Ever since I got 100% on that, I think Peppa's following me. I see Peppa everywhere. So I was just out today at Canadian Tire, for those here in Canada that know. Canadian Tire, and Peppa Pig was there, stocking, thing for the Christmas tree, what have you. So
I thought you meant like
fun.
Peppa Pig was stalking you. You never know, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
And we also want to mention our good friend Thomas, Falconeer Dev. Now, I know NinjaGuy, you have a great relationship with Thomas here. He's been on your show. You've talked to him, and really got to know him over these last couple of months since they brought Falconeer to Stadia. And look, here's Thomas. He's been, just like Outright Games, been part of the community here, where he's been very vocal, very interactive. I mean, like Ninja, you even found like a bug in the game. You talked to him. He worked it out and put a patch out, all because of this great interaction. And it's just so awesome to see. And here he is. Shout out to InLead here with a Stadia Pro game monitor. We mentioned it before. Thank you, Exception, for the super sticker, super chat. It's hard to see here on this end, but thank you so much. And yeah, so here he is giving a shout out to InLead here and the Stadia Pro game monitor, because as you may know, we talked about it earlier, Falconeer is going Stadia Pro in December. And what's really interesting is, so we see Windstar here. He says, thanks for bringing Falconeer to Stadia Pro. I appreciate it. Feels bad I didn't buy the game first, but glad a lot of Stadians will enjoy your game. Now here's what Thomas is saying here, and this is awesome, because as we know, they've changed the Stadia Pro model, where developers now get paid on the number of sessions. Anyways, it's just a lot better model for developers and a bigger incentive. And here we go, Thomas saying, playing is supporting. All these inclusive deals always give back to the makers. Might feel like a steal, but it really isn't. So there you go. So, everybody should enjoy their Pro guilt-free. So there you go. You might hear some people say that, oh, well, you should have bought the game and not played it on Stadia Pro. You know what? The developers are still making money off it. And it's a great way for people that not necessarily would have played the game, but they're a Stadia Pro subscriber, right? And they find and play these games here and just have fun. So
Yeah,
we wanted
and
to recognize that. Yeah.
he's very open on his Discord about it.
Mhm.
He says he doesn't know if this will be good for him or not. He doesn't
Mhm.
know like the money plan on it, so it's cool to
Mhm.
see. He's very interested to see what it's going to bring to his game.
Yeah,
Did,
yeah, he is very open about it too. So that's great.
Also, didn't Stadia increase the share of pro revenue with the developers?
Yeah, it's like
So,
so now it's like 85-15, right?
yeah,
So instead of the 30%, which is the normal, Stadia only takes 15% off of that. So again, this is like, this is another incentive to bring those games to Pro. And we see games like Grime that launch right into Pro, Wavetail as well launches right into Pro. So it's just overall great thing to see. And Thomas is an awesome guy. We wanted to definitely highlight that as part of our community coverage. And I wanted to also just let everybody know here, we are a community focused show. So if you have events coming up or things special like community news that you would like us to mention on our weekly stream here on Stadium Connect North, just hit up myself or NinjaGuy X, and we'll get you on the docket here. Even if you want to come on for a little bit and talk about it, great. You don't have to, but we can give you a shout out and recognition because there's a lot of things that go on in the community, and I'm sure we miss a bunch. We try to stay on top of it as best we can, but we want to make sure that we share the love with everybody here. So if you have any news or information shout outs, give us a contact here. Twitter, Discord, email, what have you. Leave us a comment on the videos. We'll get in touch. And we definitely want to include you in the community here. So one last little bit of information here. I don't have anything visually, but we want to mention. I'm going to put the link here in the chat here that Aaron Vet Cloud Gaming has a new Discord server. And he's got a Stadia channel on there as well. So yeah, it's great. Aaron's is a great guy, and we thought we'd give him a shout out as well. So it's pretty awesome to see so many things going on here in the community. So now I think what we're going to do here, we've moved through the community news here. So we want to open up the chat here and see before we do the giveaway for Marvel's Avengers. And by the way, if you haven't already entered, exclamation mark raffle for your chance to enter. We're giving away it on Stadia, so that's open to anybody. And good luck to everybody. So we kind of want to open up the chat here and see maybe Aswi. I haven't heard Aswi. Hopefully he's still around here. Are you still awake, Aswi?
Still here.
Oh, you're still here. Okay. So is there something like in the chat here, the Game Awards and nominations? I know like that was one of the things that you were interested in talking about. Can you want to elaborate a little bit, or maybe talk a bit about it? I can bring up if you'd like. I could bring up the website and where the nominations are. Maybe you can kind of just let us know your thoughts and feelings on it.
Sure.
Okay.
Before you bring up the Game Awards, I know there was also the Golden Joystick Awards, which happened.
Oh yes,
And
yeah,
since I
yeah.
have, since I have
what-
Eli here, I know he tweeted out that Hitman 3 was PC Game of the Year, which is well deserved. And then other games that were on Stadia were mentioned. So best storytelling went to Life is Strange: True Colors. The ultimate game of the year was Resident Evil Village. So it's nice to see, these games showing up. But and then it also still begs the question: it's like how important all of this is, because I see Hitman 3 as PC Game of the Year. I remember I haven't played it, but I'm sorry, Eli, I haven't played it. But
No, it's all good, man.
I know that when it came out, it made quite the splash. I remember people talking about it, saying it's the best version of Hitman from that trilogy, everything kind of coming together and firing on all cylinders. And yet at the Game Award nominations, it's relegated to Best VR Game, where at the beginning it's got like really good reviews on Metacritic, lots of people chatting about it, and yet we don't really see it anywhere else. Just because there's just so many games to go through. But even me, I didn't pick up Hitman 3 more because I wanted to work through Hitman 1 and 2. But I heard tons of people, and not just Mr. Eli here, talking amazing things about Hitman 3.
Yeah. So like you can see, we have it here up on the screen. Best storytelling, Life is Strange, Two Colors. Best audio, Resident Evil Village. What else do we see here? Hitman 3 for PC Game of the Year, like you mentioned. So it's great to see these games that are available on Stadia as well, winning, these awards and just getting the recognition. I mean, for me personally, it's not about who, like, oh well, this game has won or whatever. It's like, again, it's great to see that it gets the recognition, but these award shows and things like that, and I think we were talking a little bit about this backstage before the show, is more of, I like to see the developers come on and talk, some news, the game trailers, world premieres, and things like that, because what's one person's game of the year may not be someone else. It's all subjective. So I'm more about those developer info, the news, and the world premieres on things like that. And plus, for the Game Awards, it's really strange, just because you're doing a Game Award for 2021, but yet the cutoff date is, in November of the year. So there's games still coming out in December. They're not part of 2021 awards. So I think it's just a little silly, and that kind of leads into something that we plan on doing here. The last show in December is kind of talking about what everyone's favorite game of the year on Stadia was, different genres and things like that. But there'll be more about that later. I don't know. So what do you feel, Aswi, about the Game Awards and things like that? Do we share? I think we share similar ideas on things like that.
I think it's a little narrow at the time. I think one of the other things that the game awards, and just around that time, everyone tends to have really short attention spans in the gaming community in general, not just for gaming awards, but in general. Because one of the funny things I was thinking about was, how we talked about how like Wavetail kind of came out of nowhere. Everyone was like floored by it. But then I remember looking through the news from Stadia, and they had talked about a partnership with Thunderful back in 2020. Yep. But it comes down to this too. Hitman 3 came out in January, and Golden Joysticks gave it PC Game of the Year, but Game Awards, just a VR game.
Right.
So same sentiment.
Yeah, it's all subjective, and like you said, what's one person's game of the year? There might be 5 nominees, and out of those 5, maybe only one are in my top 5, right? So that's what I like, talking to various different people and saying, okay, well, what are some of your favorite games? Because for me, some of like my favorite games on Stadia are like Grime, Young Souls, Wavetail. Definitely, Hitman is an awesome game, although I'm nowhere near as good as Eli. Eli's like the all master of Hitman. But it's great to see. I gotta sit down and put together my top 5 or my top 10 list, and look back at all the games that have come out this year. And like I said, I really find it strange for the nomination shows. It's like, well, these are game of the year for 2021 and we're giving it in like the first week of December. Well, I know the majority of the big titles have already released. But guess what? There's still games that are coming out right up until, the end of December. So
Chorus.
yeah, exactly. Right. Chorus. So that'll be an example. That's coming out December 3rd, next Friday. Although it might not, win game of the year if it was being able to be a nominee, but I'm sure to group of people or people out there that's like their favorite game of the year. So, but it is what it is. Again, like I said, it's all subjective and things like that. So it's interesting to see. We'll open up the mic here and see industry awards means something in the industry because it speaks about relationships and directions of travel. So this whole home studio is saying that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting here to see.
Yeah.
Ninja, what do you think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, even if they don't mention Stadia, I find that the awards still, brings like there's a lot of games that were mentioned that are on Stadia, so I think that it will kind of make people interested anyway. Maybe not a lot, but it gives an incentive to that.
Yeah. Well, and look at this. Andy here's a good example. He says here was Cyberpunk last year before the launch drama, right? So that's another just example of it got numerous awards, 10 out of 10, and it was the PC version of the game was sent out for the ratings and things like that, and it got like game of the year. But the backlash from the community with Cyberpunk, because I really think it's because like it was a game that's been in development for so long, and there's really high anticipation for it, and people feel let down for it. Like I enjoyed Cyberpunk for what it is. Sure, there were some glitches and things like that, but I mean, overall, I think it was a fairly decent game. It wasn't my game of the year, but I enjoyed with it. And there's a lot of, like, I know my son who's 17 years old, he absolutely loved it. And he spent like well over 100 hours playing the game, unlocking everything and all the achievements and everything like that. So again, it's all subjective as to, what you think your favorite game is. So yeah, and it came out December. It wouldn't have made the awards there too. So
Earlier in the
yeah.
chat, Fletch says, "I'm hoping we see an Insurgency Sandstorm come to Stadia, especially as Focus are bringing World War Z." So it is quite possible. It's fun because when a new developer comes in and brings a game, you think about all of the possibilities, right? All the
Yes.
games that can come in with that developer, and it's always exciting to see a new developer comes on Stadia for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I
For
think
sure.
just adding to that, yeah. So when you see something like World War Z and Focus is on it, then you start thinking, the publisher's Focus. So what else could Focus bring? With Hunting Simulator, you've got
Mhm.
Nasson, who's a French, or Nacon, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they're a French publisher, and they also put out some pretty good AA stuff. So
Mhm.
we could see
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
I have
yeah,
a
go ahead,
little
Eli.
thing to add. I know you guys talked about Chorus earlier on, but I
Mhm.
don't know how much you guys remember. But there used to be all of this Gen 2 rumors, all that stuff, all
Yeah.
that speculations,
Hmm.
and that came from Chorus because they
Mhm.
had allegedly
Oh,
mentioned
that's
that
right.
they tested ray tracing or stuff like that. So it's going
Mhm.
to be interesting to see if it if it's going to hold up or if it was just miscommunications. That's one thing I'm looking forward to.
I'd
Yeah.
forgotten about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something too. I mean, it would be a super surprise if it is, if ray tracing is enabled or is in the game there, but we'll see. I'm sure there will be people that are on social media that be like, "Oh, this is crap because it doesn't have ray tracing. You promised it. I want my money back." And the way that some people get. But yeah, that's a great point to bring up, and I guess we'll see here within less than a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. Alrighty. Well, I guess what we're going to do here is I'll bring it back over onto me here in the spotlight. And we'll go ahead and we'll give away Marvel's Avengers here. We're going to wrap up the show. So if you haven't already entered into the raffle to win Marvel's Avengers on Stadia, exclamation mark raffle, get your entry in now. And, you never know. You could always have a chance to win here. And I see Vivi heading off here. Let's see. There we go. Vivi, I got to be off. We'll catch you at the end of the show. Love you guys. Thanks so much, Vivi, for stopping by. And I'm hoping we can get Vivi on the show one time here.
That'd be nice.
And yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to bring up. So I see you got your screen here
Yeah.
for Marvel's Avengers. We kind of juice up the giveaway here. And for those that haven't already entered, I'm going to look here in the good old bot and see under giveaways. Okay, wow. We got quite a few people here. So good luck, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close the giveaway here. There we go. So it's all closed. So everyone cross your fingers, cross your toes, get your 4-leaf clover out here, kiss your lucky charm. We're gonna pick a winner here for Marvel's Avengers on Stadia. And remember, when you hear and or see your name as the winner, you just need to speak up in the chat to claim your prize. And here we go. Look at this. Daniel. Is Daniel still here in the chat?
Congrats, Daniel.
Mr. Daniel White, you have won Marvel's Avengers on Stadia, but you have to be here to claim your prize. So we've got to see here if Daniel's here.
Come on, Daniel.
Yeah.
Do it.
Daniel, I think he just bought Resident Evil. Oh, there he
Yay.
is. He's like, yay, Daniel. So congratulations. You have won Marvel's Avengers. And with that, we're going to close out the show here. But as a reminder, next week, so next Friday, December, I'll go ahead and turn this off here, back on here. Friday, December the 3rd, we're back again, as always, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be giving away, courtesy of our good friend Jack DeSlip, the Google Chromecast, the Chromecast with Google TV combo, and a game as well. So make sure to tune in for that. We'll have more details throughout the week. Last time, because we gave it away on our first show, so it's a monthly thing that we do. We gave it away on our very first show, and we posted a tweet on Twitter and had people, respond to it. If you could have, the play and watch bundle, why would you want it, or a game and such like that. So we'll stay tuned. We'll have something that we'll post there. Definitely in the Gaming Scarmy Discord, which if we type here, let's see, we can get the link up here. I added the command Discord now, so that way we know here. So we've got Discord. We have a special channel in there just for Stadium Connect North.
So you put the Discord function there, eh?
Yep, I've got the Discord function there now. If I scroll down here we go. We've got it highlighted. So feel free to join. We always love to have people on Discord there. We talk about 100 different things. As Eli's on there, Ninja, as we, just like we talk about like everyday life, all different platforms, Stadia, PlayStation, Xbox, all that stuff. We have pictures, a daily commute to work, board games, music, everything. And we've got a special channel in there for Stadium Connect North where we post some stuff. So feel free to join there. We could chat about that. If again, that's another place that you can contact us if you'd like to be interviewed, have something that we want to mention on the community news. And we'll post stuff there about the giveaways and things like that. And also on Twitter as well. So definitely stay tuned, and lots more fun, lots more to talk about as we are every week. just want to say thank you, Aswi and Eli here joining us
Yep.
on the tail end. It was a pleasure having you both. We always love to have people on from the community. So hopefully we can have you guys back again here as you see fit, as you feel comfortable coming on and whatnot, and anybody else out there, really that's watching. If you want to come on for a segment or during the open mic, just like Anthony did here, feel free. Reach out to us. Let us know. We always love to talk to people in the community here, and yeah, look forward to a great week of gaming and a fantastic week of gaming as well. The weekend, I should say.
Yay, weekend.
So, yeah, the weekend. So I think with that, we will bid everybody adieu. We've hit our 2 hour and 7 minute mark. We've noticed that over the previous episodes, we're right around that 2 hours and 8 minutes. I don't know how it works out to that, but it certainly does. Thanks again, everybody. Please, you know what? Feel free, hit that like button, subscribe, leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought. Are there any changes that you would like to see? Any additions, or just an overall shout out?
I
Is
have a
awesome.
I have a little question. The
Okay.
watch and play bundle, is it going to be an international giveaway or Canada only or US only?
No. It'll be worldwide.
Ooh.
That's
World
worldwide.
premiere.
That's a world premiere. Yeah. So that will be open to everybody. And so congratulations to Cloud. Who won
Cloudbusters.
here? Yeah, Cloudbusters won. I've got an email from Cloudbusters with their shipping address. So I'll get that over to Mark. Again, shout out to Mark for supplying that prize. And we'll be back again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you so much, everybody. And take care and have a wonderful weekend.
See you guys. Thank you for
Bye.
joining. Bye.
Bye.